Zapier, Make, and n8n, three of the biggest automation tools in 2025. But which one actually worth your time and more importantly your money? If you have ever been frustrated with high pricing, limited free plans, or hitting task limits way too fast, then stick around because in this video I will break down Zapier versus Make versus n8n covering pricing, features, AI integrations, and key concepts. And by the end, you will know exactly which tool is right for you. Whether you are a solo creator, a growing agency, or a developer scaling automation to thousands of tasks per day. So let's dive in. Let's start with the biggest pain point, the pricing. Because the truth is, this is where these platforms are massively different. So starting with the Zapier first. Their free plan gives you just 100 tasks per month and up to 5 zaps. It's fine if you just want to test it, but the real plan starts at approximately $20 per month for 750 tasks. Then we have $49 for 2000 tasks. And if you are a company running at scale, that can go all the way up to approximately $500 per month for 100k tasks. Now moving towards Make.com. Make.com free plan is more generous with 1000 operations per month. Their paid plan starts at $9 per month for 10k operations, then $29 for 40,000 operations, and we have $55 for 80,000 operations. So it's much cheaper than Zapier, especially if you are running mid-size automation. And then there is n8n. This is where things get interesting. If you host n8n on your local machine, it's completely free. And if you self-host, it will cost around $5 to $10 per month from providers like ls.io, Hostinger, or DigitalOcean. And you will have unlimited executions. And if you go with their cloud version, that starts at about $20 per month for 2500 workflow executions. A workflow that processes 1000 records count as one execution in n8n. But on Zapier and Make.com, that exact same workflow count as 1000 tasks or 1000 operations. That means at scale, n8n can save you hundreds, sometimes even thousands of dollars every single month. So bottom line on the pricing, Zapier is easiest to start but gets expensive very fast. Make.com is way more affordable for medium scale use, and n8n is most cost effective, especially if you are self-host or deal with high volume workflows. Now pricing is only one side of the story. What about actually building with these tools? So now move towards integrations and ease of use case. Zapier wins on the sheer number of integrations. Over 6,000 plus apps are supported, and it's that simple. Drag, drop and done. It's perfect for non-technical users or anyone who wants something working fast without steep learning curve. Make.com supports around 1500 integrations. Not as many as Zapier's, but their visual interface is one of the best. You can see your workflow like a flowchart. You can add routers, you can add filters, and you have branches in Make.com. It feels powerful but still user friendly. And then there is n8n. n8n has around 1000 integrations out of the box. But here's the big deal. It supports custom connectors. That means if an app isn't natively supported in n8n, you can connect through an API, write some JavaScript, or build exactly what you need. So if you are a beginner, Zapier is the easiest. If you are in the middle, agencies, marketing teams, freelancer, Make.com gives you a good balance. And if you are a technical or need something customized, n8n is unbeatable. But integrations are only half of the story. The real game changer in 2025 and onwards is AI. Now let's cover AI capabilities of these different softwares. n8n has gone all in here. It now supports LangChain and has nearly 70 AI specific nodes. It has things like retrieval augmented generation or RAG, AI agents, and more. If you are building AI powered workflows, this is the most advanced option. Make.com has strong AI support too, with built-in connectors for OpenAI, DALI, Google Cloud Vision, and 11 Labs, and even a natural language automation builder. So you can literally describe a workflow in plain English, and it generates it. While Zapier leans towards accessibility, they have added AI Copilot, ZapGuesser, and AI features in Zapier tables and chatbot. Great for beginners who just want to plug in AI quickly without diving into the technical details. So once again, n8n is for power users. Make balances power with usability, and Zapier keep it simple and accessible. Now let's bring into the real world use case so you can see where each rule shines. Okay, so how do you actually decide which one to use? Here is a quick breakdown. If you are a beginner or a small business owner who just want a simple automation like sending leads from a Google form to Google Sheets or sending a Slack notification, Zapier is your best bet. If you are in the middle, you are a marketing agency, e-commerce brand, or a team that need more complex but visual workflows, then Make.com gives you a good balance. It's affordable and visual and can handle pretty complex automations. And if you are a developer, a technical team, or anyone dealing with the massive data volume or custom APIs, n8n is the clear winner. It's open source, self-hostable, and massively cheaper at scale. Plus, its AI capabilities are ahead of the curve. So instead of asking which one is best, the real question is which one fits your workflow, your needs, and your skill level. All of these platforms are powerful. It really comes down to your business needs and your comfort level with learning new tools. And that brings us to something equally important, understanding the key concepts behind each platform. Let's start with the Zapier. Zapier uses really simple language which makes it beginner friendly. In Zapier, a Zap is just a workflow. It usually looks like a straight line. One trigger starts it and then a chain of actions follow. For example, when a new Facebook lead arrives, add it into the Google Sheets and then send a Slack notification. And here we have the trigger. The trigger is the event that starts everything, like a new form submission in a type form. The actions are what happen next, like create a Trello card or send an email. Zapier charges you based on tasks. Every action step is a task. So if you have one trigger and three actions, that's three tasks every time it runs. Now Zapier also gives us paths and filters. Think of these like simple if-else rules. For example, if an order value is greater than $100, send it to the VIP email list. Otherwise, just send into the normal email. The big idea with Zapier is simplicity. It's quick to set up, easy to use, and great if you don't want to get too technical. But it's not as flexible when it comes down to more complex automation. Now let's move to Make.com. Make.com is more visual and powerful. So it's a favorite for people who want more control. Here's how it works. In Make.com, a scenario is the workflow, just like a Zap in Zapier. Inside a scenario, you build with modules. Each module does one thing, like watch for new Shopify orders, add to Google Sheets, or send a Slack message. Instead of counting tasks, Make charges you based on operations. Every time a module processes data, that's one operation. Now the cool part is routers. Routers let you split workflows into multiple branches. So one branch can update your CRM, another send an email, and another updates an inventory. You also have error handlers in Make.com, which let us define that what happens when something fails. And then there is iterators and aggregators. Iterators loop through multiple items one by one, and aggregator does the opposite. It collects multiple items and merge them into one. Now here's is the quick real world example. A marketing agency receiving LinkedIn lead form submission. The workflow first searches for the contact in HubSpot. Then it uses a router to split it into two paths. If the contact is new, create it in HubSpot, notify the team in Slack, create a Trello card, and then send an email. And if the contact already exists, then we have to update it in HubSpot and check Salesforce opportunity, and depending on results, notify team members or update the status. This kind of multi-step conditional workflow is much more intuitive in Make compared to Zapier's linear flows. The big idea with Make.com is flexibility and detail. It's built for advanced user, agencies, and people who need custom workflows. But if you want even more control, that's where n8n comes in. Now let's talk about n8n. This one is the open source option, which basically means it's super flexible and customizable, but it does take a little technical skill to use. In n8n, what Zapier called a zap and what make.com called a scenario. Here it's simply called a workflow, and inside that workflow, every step is a node. A node could be your trigger, an action, or even a logic step in between. Here's a quick real-world example. Now imagine an automation that runs on a schedule. First, it triggers and fetches data from an external source. Then it checks a condition. If it's true, it edits some field and creates a record in Airtable. If it's false, it runs a custom script and then notify your teams in Discord. That kind of workflow shows exactly why n8n is so powerful. The real power of n8n is in its advanced features. You can use function nodes to write your own JavaScript. You can use expression to dynamically pull and manipulate data. It also handles loops and branches right off the box. So you can build logic flows without any extra effort. And n8n has AI agent capabilities. That means you can connect large language models, let them make decisions, process natural language, or even chain multiple AI calls inside your workflow. Since it's open source, you also get access to community nodes created and shared by other developers, which really expands what you can build. So the big takeaway with n8n is it's built for people who want total control, flexible, modular, and able to handle complex workflows in multi-step conditions and integration, all in one system. Now let's bring everything together and wrap it up. Zapier is the easiest to use, perfect for simple, quick automations. It's super beginner friendly, but you will run into the limits once things get more advanced. Make.com gives you a really visual and customizable experience. It's ideal for power users, agencies, or anyone who wants more control without diving deep into the code. And n8n is the open source powerhouse. It's highly flexible, comes with AI features built in, and perfect if you are okay with the bit of technical setup for maximum freedom. So if this breakdown helped, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. Also drop your suggestion for the next video on this channel. Thanks for watching.